Let me get your faces up here where I can see your beautiful faces. Oh, Carol Ann's here. All right. All right. Oh, this is fun. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Happy Friday. Thank you guys for, oh, Tao Ann. All right. All right. We're seeing some faces. This is totally last minute, obviously. Thank you so much for replying to the email from 90 minutes ago. When life hands you lemons, you make margaritas, you make lemonade. So I have a wonderful guest, alumni guest, who had to cancel. Family situation, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine, but they have a new baby and sometimes there's a lot going on. And rather than just give myself Friday lunch to sit around and not do anything, I thought, well, let me try this. So this was totally, I made this up this morning, very last minute. And thank you. And thank you. And I want to, give you like 20 minutes. I've had several one-on-ones with people this week. And I just thought, oh, I bet I could add some clarity. So I'll record this. I'll share it to everybody, in round one and round two. And, we'll see if this can be valuable. So the top tips, as Dylan made them up about 2 hours ago, but these are actually not random. These are based on, like I said, one-on-ones that I've been having. And I hope that this will add some clarity. So thank you guys for jumping in. And let me show you what I would like to accomplish, which is maybe 20 minutes. And I've got 5 top tips and then 25 minutes for any questions and answers related to this or anything. I really don't care. And if you want to ask as we go, please feel free. Just come off mute, wave your hand, use the yellow hand or whatever hand patina you have. But, roughly, I thought 5 things that are pretty germane to everybody as you get ready for UCLA, and then any questions related to them or anything else. And here are my 2 ground rules. Number 1, get value. And I actually want to say a quick word about that. You're going to do so many things during your MBA, and some things will be on your calendar for 2 months and you'll be looking forward to it. And some things will be like this, like a last minute email. And you'll say, oh my God, I could do that. I could jump on Zoom at noon today. And doesn't matter, right? Our job at Anderson is to overstuff the calendar with too many good choices, right? That's what you're paying for. You're going to have so much FOMO, like, oh my God, should I go hear that? Or, oh my God, should I go study? Or, oh my God, should we go have drinks? Right? It's always going to be, or should I do my day job? Or should I talk to my husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend? That's what it's like to be an executive in the second half of your career. And that's what we're getting you ready for, is to be a really effective executive in the second half of your career. So there are going to be times where it's just overwhelming. And should I be here? Should I be doing something else? But this is like life 101. Where are you always? No matter where you think you are, where are you always? Yes, Andrea, you came off mute.
Here.
You're here, right? You're never not here. Let's just do a little reality check. Has anybody ever been somewhere besides where they are right now? I'm not talking about going to Coachella. I'm saying, in your sane and sober life, you're always where you are, right? Unless you borrow some chemicals to take you somewhere else. We're always where we are. And being present is a powerful, powerful thing. It lets you listen. It lets you hear. It lets you absorb resources that other people miss. So number 1 ground rule for this 45 minutes together is get value out of being here. And I really find that to be true as I manage my own life. If I go into a Zoom meeting and I have it, this is what's above my, I don't know if you can read this, but this is what it says above my, it's on this little Post-it, listening for miracles. That's what I stare at every day. Like, that's the value. This is going to be a miracle. This last minute, oh my gosh, my guest canceled. What do I do? Maybe this is a great thing to do. Who knows? But I'm listening for value. So number 1, and then number 2, when you ask questions, hey, let's let the networking begin, right? So just introduce yourself, your name, company, something, and maybe one thing you're looking forward to at UCLA. It could be small. I'm looking forward to the beautiful campus. It could be big. I'm looking forward to transforming my career. But let the networking begin today, okay? So that is our agenda. So tip number 1, no drum rolls. Let's get right into it. Choosing your section, okay? I was talking to somebody yesterday and they were worried about choosing their section. They need to change their choice. So if you are on this Zoom today, you are in round 1 or round 2. So let me just assure you 100% you will get your first choice. Okay. We have capacity in all of our 3 offerings, and everybody who applies in round 1 and round 2 gets their first choice. It's only at the end of round 3 that we may sell out one of the schedules. Okay. So a little jargon, we call it section. That's what we call it on the staff, but really it's your schedule. It's when you will come to class for the first year of your program. So just firstly, just lower, zero stress. You're going to get your first choice. Okay. And if you need to change your choice, just email us and we'll get that handled. You would email femba.admissions@anderson.ucla.edu. And I can put that in the chat. Let me just do that now. Where'd the chat go? There we go. So femba.admissions@anderson.ucla.edu. So Erin Wimberly on my team, wonderful Erin, and her and the team that reports to her, they check that email. And that's where we love to collect. Oh, thank you, Carol Ann. That's where we love to collect any kind of questions. Okay. But whatever you chose for your schedule, you're going to get that. And you had one of 3 choices. All day Saturday is a choice. Tuesday, Thursday evenings is a choice, and hybrid is a choice. So you have a choice group of 3. You pick one of those 3. And what it looks like if you choose all day Saturday is that you come to class 10 Saturdays every quarter. It's synchronous and it's 100% on campus. It's what you did in undergrad. Go to class, get education, go home. Okay. That's our oldest schedule choice. That's the one we've had since 1988 when we started FEMBA. Or you could choose Tuesday evening, Thursday evening. Again, 100% on campus, 100% synchronous. Okay. So if you want to only come to campus once a week, choose all day Saturday. If you want to keep your Saturday free, you might consider Tuesday evening, Thursday evening. Or if you need maximum flexibility, like you live out of state, you live in San Diego, maybe you live in Portland, or you live in Santa Monica, but you have a new baby or whatever. If you need the maximum flexibility, the third schedule choice is what we call hybrid. Okay. And if you're not clear on what hybrid is, it is a blend of 50% of your education is pre-recorded. So you watch it asynchronously, just you yourself. You can watch it at midnight. You can watch it at 6 in the morning. You watch half of the lectures online asynchronously before you come to class. Then you come to campus 3 weekends per quarter. So you have 3 2-day weekends on campus. You have 6 hours of your first class on Saturday. Then you have 6 hours of your second class on Sunday. And in between those weekends, you usually have about 3-week gaps. You're doing asynchronous study, watching videos, and then you're also doing, normal FEMBA group work. So whichever schedule you choose, there will always be lots and lots of FEMBA group work. Okay. So that is what we mean when we say choose your schedule. Now, so is that clear that you got 3 choices? Beautiful. Okay, beautiful. So here's the other thing that people don't understand, which is this next slide. Your section, whichever of those 3 you choose, that is only for the core courses. That's not for the entire journey. Okay. So that's an important decision because that's when you'll go to class the first 4 quarters. But it doesn't have anything to do with the second half of the program. And sometimes people don't realize that. And they stress themselves out because they think, oh my God, I can't decide Saturday or Tuesday, Thursday or hybrid. Oh, which one? This is my choice for the entire. No. It's not your choice for the entire. It's your choice for the first 4 quarters. Okay. When you get to the second half of the program, the electives, almost half of the program is your choice. The second half is when we do the electives and you choose quarter by quarter on that. And it has no connection. You're free to choose from the entire choice group each quarter as you go through electives. Okay. Thank you, Carol Ann. You're saving me here. I didn't even have time to ask for Carol Ann Link is our Executive Vice President, Equity, Diversity, Inclusion, FEMBA Council Officer. I interviewed her 2 weeks ago. If you haven't watched hers yet, you gotta. She's incredible. She's a double Bruin. She's helping plan the 2028 Olympics and Paralympics, where UCLA will be the athletes' village. Yes, she is epic. And she's also here saving me, putting great information in the chat. Okay, so this slide is what your amazing curriculum looks like, okay? This is a 9-quarter experience. You can shorten it down to 7 quarters. You can stretch it out to 4 or 5 years. We think this is the most flexible part-time MBA you can find anywhere, okay? And what it looks like, 9 quarters, you take 20 courses, 20 total courses. 11 of those courses are core. 9 of those courses are elective, okay? So everything I've been talking about on the prior slide about the 3 schedule choices is going to now apply to row 1 and row 2. Okay, so that's what the schedule that you choose applies to fall, winter, and spring of the first year. That's the top row. And it applies to fall of the second year. It actually does not apply to the 3rd row, which is the Global Access Program or the business creation option, where that's 3rd year stuff. That has its own, that has a totally different schedule. Okay. So whatever schedule you choose, all day Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, or hybrid, has to do with row 1 and row 2 for the blue courses. Okay. And the blue courses are the core courses. So if you choose all day Saturday, you would come every Saturday and you would take data and decisions, statistics in the morning, then you have an hour-and-a-half lunch break, and then you take organizational behavior in the afternoon on Saturday. Or if you choose Tuesday night, you take data and decisions from 6:30 or 6 to 9:30, whatever the time is. It's 3 hours on Tuesday night. And then you come back to campus on Thursday night and you take organizational behavior. Okay. Or if you choose the hybrid section, you would do 50% of your education asynchronously. And then when you come to campus, Saturday, with the times that Carol Ann posted, Saturday you would do data and decisions, and Sunday you would do organizational behavior, okay? And then you would repeat in the winter, you would repeat in the spring, and you would repeat in the fall. All right, so now this is just half of your curriculum. The other half of your curriculum is going to be in yellow, and these are the electives. So let me go back. So 11 of your 20 courses are core. These are the blue courses here. And because the field study counts for 2.5 classes. So leadership foundations, which is the 1 week at the end of the summer, that's a half class. And then you take 2 classes in fall, 2 in winter, 2 in spring, 2 in the following fall. So that's 8 plus that half class. And then the field study is 2.5 classes. Okay, so that totals up to 11 of your 20 classes are the core. Then you get to the second half of the program, which is now going to be in yellow. These are the electives, and you take 9 electives, and you can choose whatever schedule you want. You could do hybrid, you could do Tuesday, Thursday, you could do all day Saturday. You can take electives with the daytime students. If your schedule allows, you can co-enroll with the executive MBA students. Okay. And there's a bunch of flexibility with electives. This is kind of a normal way to do it. And you see here, you're talking about 9 total quarters, fall, winter, spring of year 1, summer, fall, winter, spring of year 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 quarters, and then summer and fall of year 3. So that's the 9 quarters that we talk about, basically 2.5 years. But let's say after fall, winter, and spring next summer, you're like really tired and you need a break. And your husband or your wife or your boyfriend or your girlfriend is like, yeah, grad school is great, but I want some time with you and we're going to Europe and take a break. Okay, great. You could not take classes next summer. No problem. Your choice, right? And then you could just take 2 electives in the winter of your 3rd year. Just there's 100 variations on the theme, but that's one way this could go. Or you could say, I don't want to do the block elective next summer and I don't want to take a summer elective that following year. Fine, no problem. You could just add 2 electives into the spring of your 3rd year. So you see, you can shorten the program or you can stretch the program out. There's a lot of variations, and this is just a high level. Then the thing that's not on here, which is super fun to be aware of, We also have the global immersions, which are really, really fun. They're like little study abroads, and they're a real treat. They're expensive because you got to go to another country, but they're epic and they're fun, and you can go all around the world. And those are available in your second and third year at the intersessions. So spring break, fall break, summer break, winter break. You can do up to 2 of these to count towards elective credit. And so this is going to look like a whole bunch. You would never do all of these that are about to show, but you would do 1 or 2 of them if you choose to. You don't have to, but we really recommend. You don't really want to graduate from FEMBA without at least doing 1 global immersion. They're so much fun. And they happen here at these breaks. Okay. So fall break, spring break, winter break, summer break. And if you have above a 3.5, I think it is, after fall and winter, you could even start electives early in spring of your first year. So there's a ton of flexibility. So the whole point of all of this is just to say, when you choose your schedule from the 3 choices, that is only for fall, winter, spring, and fall, the blue courses. The yellow courses are a whole different thing. Okay. So let me just pause for a second. My timeline's totally screwed. I'm not going to be done at 12:20, but any questions about schedule from either tip 1 or tip 2? Anybody? All right. Okay, good. I am such a good communicator, and you guys are, more importantly, you guys are so brilliant. Okay. So tip number 3, Admit Central is where we post everything. So I know you get a lot of information. I know you guys got admitted to multiple schools because you're epically awesome, and trying to keep it all, it can get, but just screenshot this link. Let's see. Well, actually, I'm going to go to the screen in a minute, but it looks like this. When you get there, it's fully employed MBA /admit-central. And it looks like this. This is the class from a couple of years ago. I think this is the class of 2020 at their orientation week at their leadership foundations. So you'll see this, welcome to UCLA Anderson. Okay. So now what I want to do is I'm going to stop sharing this screen, and I want to just share from the actual Admit Central, which is, where did I put it? So I'm now going to go over to this website, and I want to just point out a couple of key bells and whistles, because this is just a great resource for you to take advantage of all through the summer. And Carol Ann already posted it. I should have known. Thank you so much, Carol Ann. So this is the main website. It's got some COVID stuff. Finalizing your admission. This is where you pay your $2,000 your $2,000 admission deposit. This is where you complete your statement of intent to register. So that's important. Important dates and the status page where we can post anything that might be missing. So that's on the first page. This is Dean Bernardo, our brand new dean. He's not really brand new, but it seems like it because of COVID. He was appointed the new dean in the summer of 2019. He's a wonderful person, a finance professor, spent 25 years of his career here. He's Canadian originally, just a wonderful person, really committed that Anderson do a transformed level of outreach to the rest of campus. He's really interested in the leadership curriculum, huge proponent of equity, diversity, inclusion, just a great, great dean, and a real, when you get to meet him, he's a wonderful person. So here we go, getting started at Anderson. So we want to direct you to academics, to the costs and financing, to academic prep, to student health, to building your network. So that's the first page, but I just want to drill down to a couple of pages. One is this page, important dates and action items. So what we have on this page are important dates and action items. Okay. It's obvious, but I just want to draw your attention to it. So save the dates, leadership foundations. This is the first required experience academically. Okay. And it's a week. It's a week. You take a week off work. You want to talk to your boss in advance. You want to talk to your peers. You want to talk to you just want to give yourself this week. It's a gift. You've earned it. And don't try to be 2 places at once, right? What did I say? You got to be here now. So clear your schedule. Okay. And it's all day on campus. It's 5 very jam-packed, super fun days. You'll meet FEMBA Council. You'll meet the management and organizational faculty for the fall. You'll have a ropes course day. You'll have a big 5 personality inventory. You'll have a communication workshop. There are several experiential components in the academic curriculum that the management and organization faculty take you through. There will be networking in the evenings. It's just a super fun week. Okay, so you want to save the dates for that. There will also be a follow-up for that for the Big Five personality experience that will happen in winter quarter. That date will come later. Then you want to do one, some of you, 49 of you, I think, did the first one of these, but for everybody else, you want to choose a day to do Propelling Your Leadership Career. This is a 5-hour Zoom boot camp with our incredible career services team. Susan, Pam, Jackie, Matt, an incredible team. These are going to be your best friends when it comes time to negotiate your salary and get that promotion, but not even that promotion. It's the promotion after the promotion that they're going to help you with. So these are the people you have to do this day. You have two choices. You can either choose, if you've not already done it. If you already did April 10, then ignore what I'm saying. But if you've not done it yet, you either choose Sunday, July 10, 9:30 to 3:30, 6-hour day, or the Saturday before Leadership Foundations, 9:30 to 3:30. All of this is on Zoom, okay? And the registration is here on this page. We also have the assessments. You know, for those of you who are STEM, business econ, STEM type undergrads, this is going to be super easy for you. But for everybody, just get a sense of where you are. Follow the instructions here to view the assessments. There's a technology orientation over the summer. This is just to make sure your laptop is minimum configurable, minimum powerful, but basically all modern laptops are fine. We have to make sure everybody has health insurance. The vast majority of you, of course, are working professionals. You already have health insurance, but it's a step we have to jump through. So we'll send you emails about that. So that's one page. Everything is there. That's Professor Noah Goldstein, great professor in persuasion. The other page I want to share with you is academics. And you can look at all of these, but this is the curriculum map and the calendar. So this is the 9 quarters, the same information I just shared with you a moment ago. This is the same map explaining that. Here's a list of all your core courses. Sometimes people need, oh, my company is going to reimburse for certain courses, but not others. This is where the course descriptions are located. Okay, so you can copy and paste this and provide it to HR. Here are the dates, the academic calendar. Again, Leadership Foundations, clear your calendar. You got to be here now for that week, and it's a gift of a week. Don't be trying to do email on the breaks. Really, 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 really. If you have to work twice as hard for the 2 weeks before so you can take that week off, take that week off. Ask your boss for professional development. Don't just automatically assume you have to take vacation. This is, you're earning 2 units of academic credit for this week, okay? It's a super valuable week. It's also the social launch to the entire journey, okay? But if you haven't thought about that yet, please think about that. Hey, boss, I don't want to take more than I should, but it's not like I'm going to Cancun for vacation this week. I'm going to UCLA and I'm going to become a better manager or better manager in training just by going to this incredible week. Would you consider letting me use professional development days for all of the week or half of the week or something? All of that is available just with a conversation. Okay. And then instruction begins. So if you're in the Tuesday, Thursday schedule, Thursday night, September 22nd, that's the first day of fall quarter classes. If you're in the all day Saturday or the flex schedule, your first day of fall quarter classes is Saturday, September 24th. Okay. So all these dates are on here, and here's the schedule. If you choose hybrid, remember the third schedule choice is hybrid. You come to Leadership Foundations because everybody does Leadership Foundations at the end of August. And then these are the weekends that you're on campus for your instruction. You see that September, October, November, and then final exams will be December 10th and 11th. Okay. So I wanted to, that's the second page. And then the last page, I just want to point this out, is academic preparation. And here, some people we requested, please take our math and stats preparation. Again, here's the information about the assessments, how you access the assessments. And then these are the optional prep courses. And this is the online math prep course that we told some of you about, who we said, hey, you haven't had any math since high school. You're going to do great at Anderson, but you need to dust off your math and statistics skills. That's this. We pay for the course. You pay a small fee, $104 for the materials, but this is about a $850 course that we pay for you. We also have some one-day classes, Excel prep, statistics prep. This is if you want some preparation in professional writing. Matt Gorlick has these videos to watch. So some good stuff on this page. I think also, okay, that's where that is. And for those of you, sometimes people have questions about waivers. I think the waiver information is back here on academics. So like if you're a CPA and you want to waive out of accounting, that kind of thing. Yeah. So the waiver information, there are some classes, depending on your prior education, that you can waive out of. Everybody takes 20 courses, but you can replace an entry-level course with a superior course, and the information about the waivers for statistics, accounting, econ, finance, marketing. And all that stuff some of that doesn't even happen until mid-November, mid-February. So it's not all a right now thing, but all that information is there. Okay. So I'm leaving that share. I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint deck if I can find it. Okay. So that was tip number 3. Admit Central is where we post everything. The important dates and action items, we covered that. And then here's tip number 5. These are some save the dates. So everybody take a screenshot of this. All of this is on Admin Central also, but these are dates I want you to know about. If you can come tomorrow, I know it won't work for everybody, but we're going to have coffee and burritos tomorrow morning on Briskin Plaza. And then we're going to have a welcome event with our ambassadors in Crown Auditorium. So tomorrow morning, 8:30 to 9:30 is on campus at Briskin Plaza. Have some coffee and breakfast with our ambassadors, our current students. And then we have 9:30 to 11. We have an hour and a half of fun, easy networking programming. That's live on campus. July 10 or August 27 is Propelling Your Leadership Career. Remember, you have to do one of those, and you've got 2 choices left. That's on Zoom. July 19 is a really fun evening that I'm going to lead called Leadership Lab. I lead it with an incredible professor from social welfare named Dr. Kushnama Cooper. And it's a 3-hour Zoom event. And last year we had 8 different programs. So it was new admits from 8 different UCLA programs. FEMBA, Executive MBA, and Financial Engineering. So 3 from UCLA, plus the new medical students from David Geffen School of Medicine, plus the new dentistry admits, plus nursing, plus social welfare, plus public health. So it's a really fun evening. It's 3 hours long, 5:30 to 8:30. It's on Zoom. And when we send you into breakout groups, it won't just be FEMBAs. You'll be actually with a new medical doctor, a new nursing graduate student, somebody from public health, an executive MBA. So that is July 19th. Then that very same week, we have Palooza 9. And you guys are so lucky because the last 2 years we had to cancel Palooza because of COVID. We're bringing it back. Think Anderson Takes Over Anderson. It is a Saturday event from noon to 5 p.m. And we have beer and we have savory food. We've got the 18-wheeler in and out truck coming. We have this great caterer for those of you who want vegetarian, vegan options. We're going to have an ice cream truck. If you have children, we have a bounce house and a kid zone. We're going to have an opportunity zone with clubs and FEMBA Council and FEMBassadors. So you can start to envision, gosh, what are all the activities I can participate in? And we will have every hour on the hour, we'll have parallel programming in the classrooms. So we're going to have Professor Unzueta is going to do a really cool negotiations module. We'll have equity, diversity, inclusion presentations. We'll have cryptocurrency, right? We're going to have a whole choice group of fun activities, so you can meet people in your year, meet people who are current students, meet alumni. You can bring your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, bring your children if you have them. And we haven't had it for 2 years, and we're so excited to be bringing it back. The last Palooza we had, 2019, we had 1,500 people attend. So Anderson Takes Over Anderson. Then Leadership Foundations, August 29th through September 2nd. First day of classes, just to repeat, if you're Tuesday, Thursday, your first class is Thursday night, September 22nd. If you are all day Saturday or hybrid, then your first class will be Saturday, September 24th. Okay, so hopefully everybody got that. Just because Palooza is near and dear to my heart, save the date, take a snapshot of this. Saturday, July 23rd, noon to 5. Thank you, and questions. All
There's
right.
a question in the chat, Dylan, about whether or not Palooza will be dog friendly.
That's okay. This is being recorded. No, it's not dog friendly. Now, this is still being recorded. There've always been these four-legged furry FEMBAs walking around at prior Paloozas. I don't know where they come from. They don't always seem to have a human lanyard. So officially, no. So anyway, so just you're responsible for your own children. You're responsible for any four-legged friends. I don't know. It actually might be, I don't know. This is the first year that we're doing Palooza at Anderson. We used to do it on the big lawn in front of Royce Hall. So there are a lot of things that I'm learning as we go. So I just want to promise low and maybe deliver high, but if you don't mind, maybe send me that in an email and I'd be happy to try to find out. Oh, and I always put this, let me just make sure you guys all have this link. I always put this in the bottom of all my email blasts to you. And it's not like you have to talk to me. You can talk to anybody on our team. Oh my God. And Christy is back. Christy is back from maternity leave. So I got one of my favorite team members back. So you can talk to Chris, you can talk to Raymond, you can talk to Christy, you can talk to Aaron and Cynthia. But if you ever want to have a one-on-one with me, just use that link. You never have to ask permission. It goes 6 weeks in advance, and I'm always happy to meet with you also. And I don't have my glasses on, so I can't read what's in the. So yeah, so let's open it up for Q&A. Again, 2 ground rules: 1, get value, and 2, introduce yourself. So if anybody has a question they want to ask live, yes, Ryan.
Everyone, for those I haven't met yet, I'm Ryan. I work in the UCLA athletic department, as Jay does as well, actually. And I'm looking forward to being a UCLA student again. I'll be a double Bruin. Quick question, Dylan, how would you advise the dress code for tomorrow's event?
Totally casual, totally casual. Yes.
Casual?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And mostly at UCLA, things are kind of business casual unless it's a recruiting event. You know, the things you want to pay attention to about dress code, and Carol Ann, please correct me if this is, but like class is always kind of business casual. You know, full-time students look like undergrads, but FEMBAs are usually coming from work. But if you're in the all day Saturday section, for instance, you know, you can just relax, right? And, you know, we're always networking at a level. So sometimes, you know, like people are like, woohoo, undergrad 2.0, that's fine. But that's more of a full-time point of view than a FEMBA or an EMBA point of view, I would suggest. So, you know, I wouldn't go like totally undergrad all the time. But tomorrow is totally free, anything you'd like.
Cool.
So okay, thank you, Ryan. And one, what was my icebreaker? One thing you're looking forward to about coming to grad school at UCLA?
I just said that I was looking forward to being a UCLA student again. I'll be a double Bruin.
Perfect. Sorry, I'm a bad listener. Excellent. Yes, I love the double Bruin representation. So Ryan is a tour guide. He's your classmate. He's in UCLA athletics. So you should be hearing 2 things. Classmate, that's nice. UCLA athletics, that's really nice. Hook up, tickets, access, all that. Okay. Just, you know, everybody brings something to the party. And sometimes we forget how much we bring to the party, but going to school with a room full of people who are fully engaged in the economy, you know, especially in a city like LA where nobody can afford to pay sticker price for anything. How do you do anything in LA? You got a buddy who's got a deal. It's got a, you know, like that. So listening to that value in each other is a legitimate benefit of being in FEMBA. So thank you, Ryan. I'm going back up. Coleman had asked a question. When should we expect the PLC workshop attendance validation to clear from our checklist if we were part of the 410 session? Okay, good news, bad news. Good news is you already did it, Coleman, so don't worry, you're good. Bad news is Brianna, the magical, amazing, wonderful Brianna, who is the administrative coordinator for the career team, she's leaving to go to a new job. So there's going to be a tiny pause while Susan hires her replacement. But as long as you were there, it's going to be good. But it's going to probably state, you know, it's not going to get checked for a minute while we get that worked out. But as long as you were there, you're good. And were there any questions above that I saw? Okay, Tao Ann, you're waving your hand. Yes.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tao Ann. I'm a business development specialist at Latham and Watkins, which is a law firm. One thing, or I think the biggest thing I'm excited about going to the UCLA FEMBA is meeting a lot of new people and making a lot of friends. For the last few years during the pandemic, I feel like I haven't met anyone new, brought anyone new into my circle. So I'm excited to reinvigorate those social skills again, bring them back from hibernation. My question, so part of my summer or pre-program preparation is moving back to LA. So I'm in Orange County right now. And I was just curious if there were any resources about, where FEMBAs generally are in LA, or if there was any like grad housing resources available.
Okay. So normally the grad resources for UCLA graduate study are not accessed by FEMBA. So the kind of default is they are there to support people who are, moving to Los Angeles, who've never lived in Los Angeles and are full-time graduate students. So just mostly for FEMBA and EMBA, they're just not used to us even asking. And because we are a self-supporting program, there's a level of services that are designed for full-time students that are typically not, people just assume that working professionals don't need them.
Right.
So there's that. And I hear FEMBAs tell me that they go over there and smile and knock on the door and get support. But it's not anything that my team ever really brokers, because that's just for most people not what is necessary, because most people keep their same apartment while they go to FEMBA, even if they, fly from San Francisco or whatever. That's kind of a high level question. Carol Ann, do you know anything just from personal experience? If you may not be free to come on camera, but if you were free, just Carol Ann again, just to have a student voice.
I think your initial response was what I got when I started FEMBA, was that concept of that it's normally for the full-time grad students. And then to answer the second piece of your question, unfortunately, FEMBAs are everywhere. So there isn't, unfortunately, like a FEMBA focused community, but we do have a VP of hybrid on FEMBA Council. So they know at least where the hotspots are, at least city-wise. So that could possibly help.
Awesome. Sounds great. Thank you.
Yeah, and that's a great one. What's your timing, Tao Ann? When would you want to sign a lease?
Probably June, July, to give myself time to become familiar again with LA before the program starts.
Okay, yeah. So it's just the normal LA calculus of commuting, like, because I mean, like there's so many different. LA is such a build your own adventure city, right? There are going to be a lot of full timers in Santa Monica, for instance. There'll be not an inconsequential number in Westwood proper. If you actually, so it's if you've got yourself a couple months, you have an opportunity most FEMBAs don't have, because the 90% of FEMBAs keep the same address. So, I would network around and, ask people what they like. I rode bicycles. I live in Culver City, and I rode bicycles with my high school son to the beach yesterday. We rode down to Manhattan Beach. Actually, I stopped halfway. He went to Manhattan Beach because he's young and strong. Us dads, we were at the back. But, I was just like, oh my God, I live in Culver City and I forget that the ocean is only 3 miles away, so have fun with that discovery as you kind of map that out for yourself.
Sounds great. And thanks, Andy, for the suggestion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and these are also cross references, right? Like if you live close, Tuesday, Thursday is full of people who live within 15, 20 miles, right? Basically. Saturday is full of South Orange County, San Diego, San Francisco, and hybrid's full of everybody, right? So if there's one of those schedules that you think works better for you, all that kind of stuff. So great question. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Other questions? Big or small? I'll take them all. Yes.
Hey, my name is D'Artagnan DeBeau. Sorry, I joined a bit late. I had some other commitments, some meetings and things like that. I'll be joining the Thursday evening session. So it's a pleasure to meet all of you. For those I haven't met, and I know a few of you I saw in the last session that we did I guess almost a month ago now. So it's a pleasure to see y'all. And I guess I have 2 questions. My daughter's birthday is on Saturday, so I'm not going to be able to do the live welcome.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, I think she's 4. It's an exciting time for us. She wants to be Spider-Man, which makes her father proud. Anyhow, will there be another live welcome session that I could attend, maybe with the 3rd group or something that comes up? Or is this?
Yes, you joined late. You get to see my very fancy PowerPoint. Give me 1 second and I will back up.
Sorry for joining late.
No. Welcome to FEMBA. It's going to be like that. Ta-da! Palooza, Saturday, July 23rd. So tomorrow is like a welcome opportunity for round 1 and round 2.
Okay.
Saturday, July 23rd is a welcome for everyone. Round 1, round 2, round 3, plus anybody who, kind of came in after that. Plus it's a party for current students. Plus it's an alumni reunion, and it is epically family friendly. So we were just having the meeting this morning. We've always had bounce houses. There's a tiny chance that some weird COVID rule is going to disallow bounce houses. But historically, we've had bounce houses, we've had face painters, balloon ladies. So it's like really, really fun for children under, I'd say 9.
Oh, great.
If you have a teenager, leave them at home. They'll be bored out of their skull. But for little kids, it's always been a really, really fun event. And it's at Anderson. So that would be the next one that's kind of family friendly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Yeah, no, I'll definitely attend that. And then the other question I had, and I'm sorry if this is redundant with things, I came in on your step 5 of your presentation, just at the end of the Palooza. Are there career development resources that I can jump on top of prior to the start, like to speak with somebody? Because I have a career as a physician and I work in biotech, and I'm kind of trying to make some gains and move a little bit laterally into other aspects of healthcare and biotech. And wondering if there's a way to kind of jumpstart my, kind of career development and speak with somebody prior, or do I wait?
Now, when you said you were here a month ago, was that the April 10th? Have you already done the Propelling Your Leadership Career?
Yes. Yeah, I did that.
Okay, good. So you're just for kind of respect of the resources of Pam and Susan and Jackie and Matt, the idea is attend the Propelling Your Leadership Career first, just so they can tell the things that everybody needs to know. They can say them in an efficient manner all together all at once. After you've gone to that, they will start to work with you.
Okay.
So it would be to reach out to any of the 4 of the executive directors. So Susan, Pam, Jackie, or Matt. I'm not sure who was there on April 10th.
Okay. No problem. I'll reach out to one of them. I just want to make sure I'm not, I know there's a lot of students and I'm not taking up too many of the resources when they're very busy. And I heard that Brianna is leaving, right? You said? Yes. So I don't want to, I don't want to make a busy time for people.
No. And they are awesome. I mean, yeah, it's in a weird kind of, well, anyway, school officially starts in August, whatever, and they're, what they're tasked with is the year 1, year 2, and year 3 journey. So this is kind of like the 0 year. So it's a little bit of a squishy zone, but that's part of why we have Propelling Your Leadership Career. So they can get to know you and they can communicate just the baseline stuff, but they are, taking the time to get on their calendar, introduce yourself, and starting to map out your personal marketing map. That's what they are. They are incredible coaches, guides, and thought partners, right? That's what they do. So, just reach out and you can, and that's for everybody here. You can begin, your MBA begins already, right? It doesn't begin in August. It's already begun. And even just today, we're recording this so we can share it around, right? Because this was the last minute invitation. I'm so thrilled so many of you could come, even though it was last minute, but sorry, I'm over answering your question.
No, more information is better. I do want to, offer myself up as well. I know that, an MBA, especially with FEMBAs and a lot of career pivoters is important, and offer myself up as a resource too, to all of my, co-students. I'm a physician, I'm a surgeon, and as a critical care physician, I have a lot of experience with the COVID pandemic, and I also work as a medical director at Amgen in immuno-oncology. So I have a lot of experience in healthcare and science, and I think that I'll probably be a good resource for anybody who's pivoting into those kind of roles. I decided that a lot of the, the fundamentals and groups I'll be working with in the FEMBA would be more helpful for me as a student and during my, my learning path to do in person Tuesday, Thursdays, and speaking with all of you who do things that I don't do at all would be much more useful than even the executive MBA. And I think that I offer something that's a little bit useful to some younger folks who don't know healthcare as well as I do. So I want to make sure that I'm here as a resource and offering, giving as much as I can to you all as I feel I'll be taking.
And we're all about trying to make the world a better place. And one of the things that we're discovering is biases, unconscious biases that we're all, subject to as human beings. But I like to talk about my explicit biases, and I have an explicit bias. I love medical doctors. I love lawyers. I love people with master's degrees. I love student body presidents. I love people who went to the Naval Academy. I love double Bruins. And I love everyone, and I love you too, even if you didn't fit into any of those categories. But I just talked to Tay. There's another medical doctor, Tay, who's joining. There may be a third. I think we have a pharmacist, but I love people who've already achieved at high levels in life, right? And part of what makes FEMBA so rich. And so 2 things I want to observe about, I can't say your name right. My brain can't do it. Could you say it again?
Oh, no worries. D'Artagnan.
It's like that's like a Game of Thrones name. D'Artagnan coming down from the mountain. Yes. Excuse me. That's a riff. Put 2 things. One, it's great to have a medical doctor, a nurse, someone who does IT, health tech, because it's 25% of the economy, right? So, having that voice in the student body raises the quality of the conversation when it's time, and finding the resources among each other, just kind of going back to that. So that's just really cool. I wanted to just share this one. This is a shameless plug for other information. And I know it's time, so we can officially end here in just a second. But on this page, if you go to Live Guide, if you go to this page where I have these Friday sessions that I've been recording. So if you click on this button here, archived. So for instance, if you click on archived, then it switches over. So I wanted to show you this one, D'Artagnan.
Anything close will do.
Sorry, my brain can't do that one. I apologize. It's just my brain. But we have 2 residents in our IMBA. They're ophthalmologists who are doing FEMBA during residency, and I just interviewed them last week. So they're super epic, and they're both. You could reach out to them to get a medical doctor point of view. 2 weeks ago, we had Kyle Brower, whose picture's not populating, who's our incoming student body president. 3 weeks ago, we had Carol Ann Link. Why are these things not rotating? There we go. Carol Ann Link, who is with us right now here today. But there's a whole bunch of these. Here's our entrepreneur, Tori, who is creating a company during FEMBA. So we got a whole bunch of really rich first-person content at your discretion. You can listen to it on the headphones at the gym or whatever. So it is 12:48. So I've gone 3 minutes over. So officially, we're done. If you got to go, thank you for being here. And I don't have anything to do right now, so I can continue to answer questions. But thanks everybody for jumping on last minute. That really is a great work habit to keep in mind. And as you get your study group, we have Slack channels. There's that FOMO thing that, oh my God, there's so much good stuff I'm going to miss out. But the flip side is, that's what you're signing up for. And, your classmates will get to know you, and, hey, D'Artagnan, there's a medical health tech presentation. Make sure, are you aware of that? Oh man, no, I didn't see that one. That's what starts to happen over the summer as you start to get your social network going. So, it's like my point here was just lower the stress, because sometimes people like, oh my God, there's a right way to do Anderson. There's not one right way to do Anderson. There's 100 different ways to do Anderson. The best metaphor I have right now is using the cooking, right? You're becoming a chef. You're cooking up. It's a stupid metaphor, but it's the best I got right now. But we don't give you one recipe. We actually give you a chef's kitchen with an incredible stove and all the great cooking tools and a pantry full of fresh ingredients. And your job is to try different combinations. Maybe you're a macaroni and cheese person right now. You got a macaroni and cheese career and you want to turn it into a 5-course meal. And Anderson is an opportunity. It's a laboratory and an opportunity to take really fresh ingredients, put them into different combinations, and serve up much more exciting, much more substantive, much more delicious chapters of your career. That's a terrible metaphor. It's just a mush. Okay, I'm going to take that back to the drawing board. Okay, any other questions? There was something else I wanted to acknowledge D'Artagnan for, but I lost it. I was riffing too much. Anyway, thanks for being here. And thanks for, I know what it was. Yes, no, I remember. You also introduced yourself with humility. And one of the things that I love about Anderson is this idea of share success. Our old dean, Judy Olin, used to say, we're not a sharp elbow, pointy knee culture. We're just not. And some top MBA programs are, I win, you lose, right? That's just, it's not California. It's not Southern California. It's not Los Angeles. It's not LA. And I just wanted to acknowledge D'Artagnan for your kind of like that beginner's mind. You know, I'm a medical doctor. You know, if you break a leg or, you know, need surgery, there's a lot I could do for you. But if you're going to, you know, evaluate a real estate deal, I'm here to learn. That type humility. And it's not less than, it's not more than, it's, look, here's my bundle of strengths that pre-exist that come in the door with me that you should know about. I'm a resource like Ryan. I'm a resource for UCLA athletics. That's a cool thing. D'Artagnan, I can't do it. Big D. I'm a resource for healthcare. Carol Ann, I'm a resource for what's going on in preparation for the Olympics, right? And at the same time, I'm here to learn. Like I bring a very full bucket in this domain and I bring an empty bucket in this domain. And that kind of, I just wanted to acknowledge that because that kind of like the only people who are arrogant are people who are insecure, right? Confident people have the confidence to say, no, I'm here to learn. Also,
yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. I think the culture, you know, I've looked at various MBA programs and I'm happy to say that, you know, I think the culture at UCLA is going to fit me very, very well. And I think you put it better than I ever could. With that said, I am a Trojan. So, so we'll have to, you know, maybe I'll cheer for UCLA basketball and USC football. Who knows how it'll play out, but we can have arguments over that in the future. And
awesome and epic. And thank you for entrusting us with your MBA. And we had Dean, I've been here a long time. It'll be 20 years this fall that I've been here. So Bruce Wilson, who was the Dean when I first got here, he was, and I always forget which way it went. If he was UCLA undergrad and then Anderson, but he was both, right? And he was our Dean. So great. That's just awesome. And I always think your heart chooses your undergrad and your brain chooses your grad school. That's how I like to think about it, right? Like I will always be a Texas Aggie because that's where I went to undergrad, you know, and I went to a different school to get my MBA, you know, so that's fine. But Chicago is where I got my MBA and that's lovely. But it doesn't stir my soul the way my, you know, go A&M kind of stuff and whatever, it's all good. And it's what makes LA rich, right? We need USC. They need us, right? Crosstown rivalries. Harvard needs MIT. Right? Like that. Berkeley needs Stanford. So it's all good. And thank you for coming across town. Anybody else? We could take one or two more, or we could start to wrap up.
I guess I do have a quick question. Do we have any sort of Facebook group or like LinkedIn channel that everybody is able to sort of get connected through?
Slack. Are you on the Slack?
I haven't been for a very long time, but I can definitely facilitate that. Everybody's on Slack.
I forget if I just because I had the app, but I was added to there's a FEMBA Slack channel where people are introducing themselves.
Yeah, I saw there's a FEMBA link that I didn't know what Slack was prior to UCLA sending me the link to sign up for it, but I did through a link provided by the FEMBA program.
On the checklist, under your like admit checklist, there's a link to the Slack and also to a LinkedIn community too. So if you want to join that.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'll look into that. And then my name's Andrea. You're all welcome to call me Andy. I'm excited about going to UCLA because I'm still new to the LA community. I'm originally from Florida, and I think this is going to be the best possible way to get connected to everybody. I'm not sure if I missed anything, but let me know.
It's perfect. Oh, wait, what do you do? Did you tell us what you do?
I sure didn't. I am a lot of things, but I guess the biggest one is I'm the director of virtual programming for Discovery Behavioral Health. We're a national behavioral health agency. So I'm helping us to enhance and expand our virtual program offerings for the eating disorder, mental health, substance use, and advanced psychiatric medicine divisions. I'm also the owner of 2 companies, Inclusive Impact Initiative and Inclusive Impact Therapy, and a best-selling author. So I run around doing quite a lot of things. And I have a dance background too, which is super fun. So you'll hear about that for sure. Thank you.
Thank you. So yeah, on the health and well-being side, meet D'Artagnan. On the diversity side, meet Carol Ann. You know, it's like that's how this game gets played, and it's epically fun to play it. And I put the link in, so it's one of the pages on the Admit Central towards the bottom has the link for both the Slack and LinkedIn. So yeah, so if you grab that link out of the chat. And we never know each year if people want to do LinkedIn, if they want to do Facebook, if they want to do Slack. So we kind of roll with it and give a couple options, and every class has a slightly different personality. I think we actually dropped Facebook a couple of years ago because I think it's like not what people use anymore. I don't know. I have young with it staff and they build all this. All right. One last question, or shall we pull the plug and give you back your Friday afternoon? All right. Well, thanks everybody for your time. Carol Ann, thank you so much for jumping in last minute. Such a godsend. And yeah, everyone, lovely to meet you. If I see you tomorrow, great. If you're with your 4-year-old daughter, that's where you're supposed to be. We will have many more opportunities. This is all just kind of bonus material getting started. But we're thrilled to have you. And yeah, we will be talking some more. If you want to talk to me one-on-one, like I said, you never have to ask that link. I just keep it. It goes 6 weeks into advance. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday afternoon times. If those can't work, email me directly. I can find a different time. And of course, our team is always here, our FEMbassadors. If you go to there's the Connect with Us page on Connect with a Student. Let me put this one in or maybe is it the same page I just posted? Where is Leadership Labs? Oh no, anyway, anyway, we have our FEMbassadors. I should know this off the top of my head. Anyway, we have lots of people that we can connect you with. All right. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it, everyone. Have a wonderful Friday.
Thanks.